You sleep, poo poo? You want to sleep? What is that? Oh, it's hair. His hair. His hair. Wow, so the notifications must be working again. What video is this? Because some of you um, come as soon as I go live. I guess it just depends. Okay, this braid is super thick. I hate when they just when the ends stick out like that. Trying to make that go back in there. Okay. Okay. Who is here? Y'all can drop down out the clouds. I know you here, so you may as well say who you are. LV. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hopefully, at least my moderators will show up. I'll be right back. So far, so good. How's yours? So far, so good. Well, I mean, my day is going to be great. Why does my camera look so blurry? Something is going on. Oh, what's the name? Must be super dirty. Even though it's not raining. Um, it is overcast. It's not a pretty day, but the day is still gonna go well. It's still going to go good. Everything. Ooh, where's this? That's a nice picture. But we in one of those weather. What do they call them? I don't know. Systems where um, we're gonna get some rain. I think for the rest of the week. And us getting rain, it's not like it's gonna be like a whole bunch of rain, but we probably will get some off and on, every day. Hey, Phyllis, glad you're here. Knitting a lot, but it's so cold. Where are you? What state are you in? New Jersey. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's alright sometimes, but I just don't like rain. I really don't. I I'm a summer baby. I like the sun. When it's raining and wet and stuff like this, it just puts a damper on everything. No matter how you try to stay positive, when it's, rainy and dreary looking, you're just not as upbeat as you normally would be when the weather is not as pretty. I don't know. That's just me. Like, I'm not depressed. It don't make me depressed. It's just not as fun when the sun is not shining. When the sun is shining, it just seems like everything is just better in the whole wide world. Not that anything is wrong, because it ain't nothing wrong with me, child. I don't know. That's just my thing. Oh, it's freezing. It's freezing in New Jersey. Yeah, I just love the sun. I just like it much better when the sun is shining and it's pretty and it's warm. Like, it doesn't have to be hot, but I like it better when it's warm. Yeah, I love the sun. And it's like no sun. Like, the sky is gray and um it's just overcasty, gray, dreary day. I mean, it is one of those days when you can read or crochet or do art or whatever. Like, if you have hobbies, today is like a great day to do that. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, I will have on a long sleeve shirt for a while, then I get too hot and have to take that off, and then after a while, my body will cool down and I start to get cold. I'll turn the heater on, then it'll get too hot. I have to cut that off. So it's just this weird thing to find a good balance for me because I don't have a thyroid, and your thyroid kind of regulates your body temperature. So either I'm too hot or I'm freezing cold, and I will pile on a whole lot of stuff, and then I'll get too hot. So it's this perpetual cycle that I'm going through of being hot and cold. So it's just like, come on. Yeah, see, I'm not premenopausal at this point. This is just probably full on menopause, but I don't care. I mean, because it's part of life. You know what I mean? Like, going through menopause for a woman is part of the natural cycle of your life. we we have so much time where we are fertile, and then we have time when that part of your life is over. So I have never looked at menopause as, oh, it's such a horrible thing that we have to. No, it's just a part of life. It's just a part of what we go through, and you got to do it. So you might as well laugh at it, because um, being mad about it or angry at it, or it's not going to change the fact that it's going to happen. And I'm never going to allow people to shame me because I'm going through menopause or because I'm older or what. No, you're not about to shame me for something that happens naturally to women. That's just what it just is what it is. Okay, if you don't like it, oh well, you can have some. She said it should be an option. Well, I mean, shit, after you get in your 50s, ain't you ready? Aren't you gonna be ready to stop having cycles and stuff? You ought to be ready for that. I was ready. It snuck up on me. I was truly ready. So you're just dealing with it. The only thing I wish is that we could cut it off. You know what I mean? Because, like, I've had enough. I wish that we could cut it off. We could stop it. Like, you know, after you done been through it a good 6 months or whatever, okay, I've had enough of this. I have experienced it. It can stop now. I understand it. It can go bye bye. I wish we could do that. But we can't. Our bodies just has to keep going through that cycle until it's finished. Now, when is it going to get finished? I have no idea. I'm 55 years old and I'm still having hot flashes and mood swings and all kind of weird stuff, but it is what it is. We just have to accept that as the different phase of your life and deal with it. Right now we talking about menopause, girl. But I am going to go into the mindfulness. We're gonna do the mindfulness first because I haven't done one of these in a while. And then after the mindfulness, we'll move into the Arisha part of the video. So the mindfulness is real while it's reconnecting. Such a little cutie pie. So it says, accept people for who they are, including yourself. Forgive yourself. Self compassion is essential when learning mindfulness. You will not be able to sustain mindfulness 100% of the time. You may be too busy to practice or forget to practice altogether. You may be unable to stop your mind from wandering, or you may find yourself thinking about being mindful rather than practicing being mindful. The ability to forgive yourself at these times is crucial. Self compassion will enable you to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. If you beat yourself up every time you falter, you will be far less likely to stick to the kind of regular practice which will impact your health and happiness. So, the first movement to being mindful is to forgive yourself. And I think that's one of the things that we as people don't do. We have a tendency to hold on to things that we may not have been successful at, that we may not have been successful at. We hold on to our failures more than we hold on to our successes. And I think that is what holds us back. We don't forgive ourselves when we mess up, when we don't complete something, when we mess up in a relationship. We carry that messed up relationship to our next relationship instead of forgiving ourselves and moving on with a clean slate. And I know that that is one of the hardest things in the world to do. This is my second marriage. I wanted to make sure that I did not bring anything from my first marriage into this marriage. I wanted to learn all of the lessons from that marriage, negative, positive, whatever, because there were a lot of lessons that I learned. But I didn't want to bring any negativity into this marriage. Like, I wanted to come into this marriage with a clean slate. I wanted to just deal with my husband that I'm married to now and not the husband that I had in the past. So we have to learn to forgive ourselves, to compartmentalize our emotions, to throw away things that no longer serve us any good. Because some of the stuff that we hold on to don't serve us no good. It really don't. We don't need it. You don't need to keep reminding yourself that you're single. You don't need to keep reminding yourself that the last person you was in a relationship with, it didn't work, it was bad, it was horrible. You don't need to keep reminding yourself that. You already know that. You don't have to keep reminding yourself that you're overweight. Just do better and move forward. So learn how to forgive yourself and drop all of those unnecessary emotions that don't serve you any good. If it doesn't serve you any good, get rid of it. Release it. Why are you holding on to it? And ask yourself why you're holding on to it. Like, why am I, if something keeps coming up in your mind, ask yourself, why am I even thinking about that? It's not going to make me a better person. It's not going to change the position that I'm in right now. So why am I thinking about it? That's why I've always said it's a good idea to journal. When you journal, you have a tendency to release a lot of those, pent up emotions that you may have had in that day. And writing them down and putting them in your journal helps you get them out of your mind. They won't still be floating around in your mind, because when you're actually putting pen to paper, it's making you think about it. And once you think about it, you're like, okay, you know what? Why am I still tripping off of that? It makes no sense. Let me move on to something else. And usually your brain will just move on to another issue. But you have to train yourself to do it. You have to train yourself to sit down to your journal at the end of the day and just decompress. Maybe that's the time when you drink your tea for the night. Drink a nice non caffeine tea for the night and just sit there and write in your journal and think about the things that you went through in the day, and just release those feelings and emotions, because we all have them. We all have things that we need to release, especially people who are working with the public. You know what I mean? You're going through things. You're working with people, mothers that have teenagers. We Y'all really need to be releasing. You working with the public, you need to release. You in a relationship or marriage or anything. Phyllis said, I love my herbal tea. This is the time of year that I will drink more tea. I don't drink that much tea in the summer. But hey Leah, hey Monique, when it starts to get cold, I will drink more tea. Oh, we just got started, Monique. So don't trip. We just got started. If it buffers, just refresh, because usually that's what happens to me, and it will come back. So just refresh, and you should come back okay. Like I told y'all, I have no idea what is going on. Hello, Sean Badafli. Badafli. You know I'm talking to you. CHAUN. So I did a poll yesterday, and you guys said that you would rather see. The only thing about the poll is you can't really tell who is answering these questions. Like if it's just some random people that saw a poll and answered and they ain't even gonna show up for the live, or if it's really my regular subscribers who are here and have a preference. That's the only thing I don't like about those polls is I can't see who's answering. So that's why I don't do them that often because they really don't help me because I can't see who's answering. Because if it's just some random people answering, like I ain't tripping. I want to do what you guys would prefer. So the poll did say you would rather have um, a spell than the Orisha teaching, which I thought was kind of weird because it seems like everybody likes the um, the Orisha teaching. Oh, Phyllis, you vote. Oh, it's butterfly. Oh, okay. See, y'all need to spell stuff like. Okay, I didn't. I didn't get it. I really didn't. The poll was on my community wall. You guys need to check my community wall because I post on. I usually post something on there every day. A picture, a comment, or something. So it was on the.
I want to make a smoothie.
Really?
I didn't know you were gonna go live.
I'm just playing with you, child. Go. Um, he's gonna make a smoothie, so it's gonna get kind of loud.
It's about to get loud in here.
I'm going to wait until he gets finished before I get started on the.
Keep talking. I didn't say yeah.
No, I'm gonna talk, but I don't want to get started on the lesson because I don't want to have to repeat myself. So I'm not going to start on the lesson because I don't want to have to repeat myself. So we're just gonna. See how childish she is?
I like doing that to you.
See? And then he just gonna keep on laughing. That's what he does. He'll just
that's funny. You know
he'll laugh at his own jokes.
Cause you fall for it every time.
He will laugh at his own jokes for like
every time.
An hour. He'll just keep on laughing. Ain't nobody else laughing but him. But
you fall for it every time.
Go on and laugh, sweetheart. Go on. You did good. You made me look crazy. Okay. So 61% of people said they wanted spell work, and 22% said Orisha info, and 17% said card reading. And that's weird to me. That's what I think is just some random people just saw that and was like, oh, I'm a vote. Because I be doing that. If I see a poll somewhere, I don't even know these people. I just be voting for random stuff, so I know other people do it too. And I'm like, nah, I don't think these are my subscribers. I think these are just random people. Phyllis said, I do it too. Yeah, I will do it in a minute. If I see a random poll, I don't be knowing what them people be talking about. And I just click. I just put it on there. I ain't even tripping. Yeah, you're going to have to take your headphones off once he start that ninja. That ninja is super loud. I mean, it's good. How long we had it now, babe? 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, we got it. I got it for Christmas like 2 years ago. The thing works good. It's just super loud.
About 2 years.
So Monique said cards. Who else said cards? Phyllis? Oh, Phyllis said cards. But cards didn't win. And see, that's all of like my real subscribers. A beautiful man. Are you saying cards or you voted for cards? Hey, Felicia. Oh, she said she voted for spell. Sean said she voted for spell. Okay, well, we're going to do a little bit of everything. If I have time for cards, I'll do one. But I want to do something else. I mean, I will. I'll do one card if I have time. Uh, Moderators, let's stay within an hour. Y'all know I don't really like to go past an hour anymore. So can somebody put the timer up when I get close to an hour?
Right, we going for 1 minute.
Because Essie's not here. Okay, he's going for 1 minute. Here we go. Why does yours have breaks in between?
If I hit the setting, I just hit the setting and let it go. It goes for a minute, but it just does that.
Was it any frozen fruit left? Was it any frozen fruit left?
A little.
What kind? The berry? We making a smoothie, so I can't talk right now, y'all. Hi, Tresta. Yes, he is buffering again. Is it on?
It's done.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
God, took it long enough. Okay, Tina and Monique Phyllis. Why it look so thick?
I put most of the greens in it.
Oh.
And just 2 bananas.
Did you leave me a banana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Monique, you and Tina Phyllis said help her out if she gets sidetracked. But I mean, I'm looking too, but I just don't want to forget. So, let's see. The title of this live is If It Was Me. And since everybody said that they wanted a spell, I said, well, let's do that. Okay? You want it? Here you go. We're gonna take a nice little Oya candle. Because I have noticed that VS has been posting Tracy's mama picture every day. Every day she is posting a picture of this woman's mother in her casket on her community wall. If it was me, now I know Tracy is doing everything in her power to ignore VS. I know she is. And I commend her for that. I really do. I commend her for, not saying anything because that's what VS wants. She wants some attention. But if it was me, I'd give it to her. I'd give her a little bit. I wouldn't cuss her out though. But I'd give her a little bit of attention. And like we had a nice little teaching moment yesterday about how to lay a trick for somebody. That would be exactly what I did. Because see, when you're posting a picture of someone's relative, you're not just doing that to get a rise out of that person. You're doing that to get a rise out of everybody. You know what I mean? You want your subscribers to chime in and say something negative about the picture. Okay? And that is exactly what has been going on. Every now and then, someone will, say something very negative about Tracy's mother laying in a casket. Now, if it was me, I would get me an old nice Oya candle. The prayer is already on here. Okay? I will get me old night. Let's see what the prayer says. I think this one is in Spanish. Oh, no. It's in English too. Warrior goddess Oya. Warrior goddess and just help free winds of the west and scare off death winds. From the mountains, give us your instruments of war. Hear us, Oya woman. Soon hear me, goddess of Egun. Take this offering, Oya queen. Take my request to our Lord Olofi. Protect us from evil and divert worries of our way. And I can tell that this was translated from Spanish to English because that's what it sounds like. But you can put your own petition on there. So I sure would put Susie's information and her picture onto an Oya candle. And this is a 7-day candle. I will put her picture on the candle and let it burn for 7 days. Now, this will be one of those candles that if I had to, I would stick it in a bucket of water, so you don't have to put it out. So you put it in a bucket and then you put maybe about that much water in it and just sit the candle down in there. You put it in your bathtub, whatever, so that you don't have to snuff it out. You let it burn all the way down. With your petition, I will put it on my altar during the day where I could watch it, and at night I will put it in the bathtub. Okay, so I ain't got to worry about it. Somebody passing by it and knocking it over, because I want it to burn out for the whole 7 days. Because then you want to take what's left over wherever you decide to take it. And like it showed in the book last night, you could take it to the cemetery, you know, you wherever you want to take it. Wherever you want to take the remnants, the leftovers, you could take it there. And I would make sure that I did that. Because if you are bold enough to disrespect one of my ancestors, because at this point, Tracy's mother is an ancestor. And if you are bold enough to disrespect one of my ancestors before we even had an opportunity to lay her in the ground, like this picture was taken of Tracy's mother in her casket before she was laid to rest. So if you are bold enough to disrespect one of my ancestors before they was even laid to rest, then I'm going to disrespect you. I'm not going to have any level of respect for you at all. Okay? I would throw everything at you but the kitchen sink. And you wouldn't even see it coming. If it was me. Now, I like what Tracy is doing though. Because see, when you let a bully know that they're not bothering you, they look stupid. Because at this point, that's how she looks. That looks stupid. Like you were posting this woman's mom's picture for what? What is your end result? What are you going to gain from that? Nothing. You look crazy at this point, posting it every day. And you don't have when you lay a trick for somebody, you don't have to show them that you laying a trick for them. Don't show them nothing, but do it. Don't talk to nobody but your egon. You don't talk to nobody but your ancestors. You sit at your ancestor table and you tell them what is going on, but behind the scenes you are throwing them everything but the kitchen sink. Because you're going to need the kitchen sink to wash your hands when you finish. If it was me. Every now and then I will cover my third eye when it just seems like it's a lot of stuff going on. I will cover my head. I will cover my third eye. Because last night I had a very interesting dream about Cardi B. And I don't normally dream about uh, celebrities. Because I don't care what's going on with celebrities. I got my own life to live. But in this dream, Cardi B was so unhappy. She was sad. And it was that kind of sad that you can see on somebody's face because she seems to be one of those type of people that can't hide her emotions. And she is. Because I've seen her online cussing and fussing and spitting and snarling. Those are people that don't have the ability to control or hide their emotions. When something is going on, you got to get it out. And you go to social media to do that. So she was extremely distraught, very depressed looking. I mean, her eyes were extremely dark. And it was because of her husband. And we all know that. You know, sometimes I look at these celebrities and I'm like, they have everybody around them except someone that will tell them the truth. And now I've already seen some things happen. I'm not going to speak on them, but I just hope she gets somebody in her corner that can help her spiritually. Because, see, you can have all the money in the world and you can travel all over this world and still be an extremely unhappy person. And I don't, I wish her the best, but it was interesting. It really was. It was very, very interesting. Hey, Juicy. Hi from Trinidad. Yeah, it's a lot of people around her. And it's not just her. They have all of these assistants and, people who will go get their Starbucks, go get their lunch or whatever, but they don't have anybody to help them spiritually. And if you're not staying spiritually grounded, you're not happy, money is not going to make you happy. Financial stability is not the only thing that will make you happy. We see a lot of celebrities who kill themselves. And you think, oh my God, why would they do that? They were rich. Because money don't make you happy. Sometimes too much money will make you depressed. Because you do have too many leeches around you, too many people hanging around you just for what they can get. You got all these yes people around you. You don't have anybody to really tell you what's real. I looked at Rich Luck's video the other day. He has two assistants. Why? What do you need two assistants for? You're just a YouTube person. Why do you need two assistants? Y'all be wanting all this money and spiritually you messed up. You messed up. Rich Lux out here getting tummy tucks and mommy makeovers and breast lifts and all of this kind of stuff. But I got some money. I'm going to talk about this other lady that I saw online probably tomorrow. If you don't get yourself together spiritually, mind, body, and soul, if those things are not in alignment, it don't matter how much money you have. You're going to be jacked up. It ain't going to work. It's just not. It will not work. So I would burn my candle. I would get my picture. I would put that on here. Get my little herbs or whatever, whatever else I want to do. And I would lay a trick. Because if you going to play with me, I'm going to play with you. We just going to play differently. And this is a good book. Because this tells you how we went into yesterday, how to throw it in the fire, how to dispose of it at the crossroads, how to bury it in the graveyard, how to throw it in running water, how to place it near a tree, how to place it in a bottle. I don't think we did this one. It says, an old practice with origins in the African Congo involves making wishes and placing cobalt blue bottles into branches of trees to make a bottle tree that functions as a talisman. My mama always had a bottle tree in the yard. This practice used to be common in the South, but over time the practice seemed to fade away. In recent years, however, it seems as if bottle trees are beginning to make a comeback all over the country. When I had my godmother, she had a bottle tree in her backyard. And what it is they take bottles, glass bottles, and fill them with wishes and tie them to the tree limbs in your yard. And she had like ribbons, and I mean it was decorated really cute. Like different color ribbons for the different orishas and glass bottles with the wishes in them. Some people had like forks, and it was a lot. It was a interesting tree that she had in her backyard full of these bottles with wishes and other things in them. That's what we did. We used things in nature. We have gotten so far away from using the earth the way it was designed to be used, the way fire and water and herbs were designed to be used. We've gotten away from that. In our getting away from that, we have gotten away from our spiritual practice. We don't respect the earth. We don't treat the earth as valuable as it really is. And so it takes us away from our spiritual practice. We're not, using the resources the way that they were designed to be used. And one thing about worshiping or honoring the Orishas, you start to understand each Orisha's connection to the earth. You know, what each Orisha is connected to, like Oya's connection to the wind. Not just her connection to the graveyard, but her connection to the wind, her connection to tornadoes and hurricanes and storms. Shango's connection to thunder and lightning. All of the Orishas have a connection to the earth, not just their ability to fight for us in situations where we need them, but they also have a direct connection to the earth itself, to the way the earth, functions, basically. So when you look at the Orishas in your with your spiritual eye, you know what I mean? When you look at things with just this, with just these, it's hard to fathom. But when you start looking at things with your spiritual eye that will see deeper, you will have a better understanding of how the Orisha works, how the world works, why we should respect and revere and honor and take care of Mother Earth. You will have more of a love and a connection to the earth than what you do. Because a lot of your rituals will send you to a tree, will send you to the water. You know what I mean? Will have you using fire to burn up things. So you have to use these items that are supplied by the earth. Hey, Essie. Oh, my timekeeper is here. An hour. Okay, so we already at 47 minutes. So the next thing that this book goes into, and I did want to talk about this, and I was thinking about doing a separate video, and I still might do a separate video because this is going to lead me back into the Bible, and I'm going to show you how the Bible is so connected to um, even this practice because our ancestors, the majority of them were Christian. Whether you want to accept it or not, they were Christian. And they were forced to be Christian. So, they practiced Christianity when they had to. And then they also did other things on the side. The other things that they had to hide. Hey, Essie. So, a spiritual bathing is an ancient practice. In Hoodoo, spiritual baths are taken to cleanse oneself of negativity or to bring good luck. Almost always, when someone goes to a root worker for treatment, a spiritual bath will be part of their treatment. A person is directed by the conjurer to put special herbs, oils, and other ingredients in the bath water to bring about the desired change. This is often done in conjunction with the recitation of special psalms, which are in the Bible. Removing negativity requires washing oneself with a downward stroke, while bringing luck or fortune requires washing oneself in an upward motion. The leftover water can be used in other spell work, added to floor wash, or disposed of at a crossroads. Or you can just throw it out your front door if that's what you choose to do. But a lot of spiritual baths, after you take a spiritual bath, you can take some of that water and, clean your house with it also, because the water that you have used for that spiritual bath has like the herbs and, all of the things that you would use for cleansing. So some people do take that water and then clean their house after, and then you can take the water and throw it out your front door as a symbolism of getting rid of all of the whatever you have cleaned off of you. Throwing it out your front door is a symbolism of getting rid of it. Or you could just let it go down the drain like I sometimes do. But I'm just really careful, like when I use herbs in the bathtub, to put them in like a cheesecloth or something like that, unless you just don't care about uh, cleaning your tub after, because fresh herbs will stick to your bathtub, they'll stick to the walls of the bathtub, and so it's just a cleanup process after. But if you don't mind that, you can go ahead and put the herbs directly into the bath water. If you want to, sit in the herbs, that's fine. Or you can put them in a cheesecloth or some type of sachet bag and just sit that in the water. Either way you choose to do is fine. But like the book says, having a spiritual bath is a very old process. Even in the Bible, it speaks about having spiritual baths. And of course, Jay Wilson said, "Oh, there ain't no such thing as spiritual baths in the Bible. That's that old voodoo stuff." No, you're a lie. Even David in the Psalms took a spiritual bath. And one of the main herbs that hoodooists use, which is called holy hyssop, is mentioned in the Bible in numerous scriptures. Hyssop was used for cleansing. The Bible speaks of cleansing baths numerous times. That's what they used back in the day to clean, because they didn't have bars of soap. They didn't have body wash. They didn't have bubble bath. So they used herbs to clean themselves. That's what they used. That's what they had. They knew which herbs were good for cleansing. Peppermint, uh, lavender is a good dry herb that they know smell good. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. My nose is still, I'm still going through that allergy situation type thing. So they knew which herbs to use that smelled good. And so they used those in their spiritual baths. So don't let nobody tell you
I'm gone.
that you gone, John? You got everything?
Lipstick.
That's lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
You got your little thing out of there?
I got it.
Okay.
My
Your lunch?
lunch.
Stay here, Gizmo.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? All right, call me later. Okay. Thank you, Essie. Essie said 7 minutes. So yeah, don't let nobody tell you that the Bible does not talk about spiritual baths. Now, when you receive your electes, that is the first thing that your godparent is going to do. They're going to clean you off. You have to be clean to receive your electes. You have to have a spiritual bath. And most people, when you go to see a root worker, if you talk to somebody like me, that is going to be your first step. I want to make sure that you are clean. A lot of the stuff that, we energy and stuff that we pick up from other people or we're holding on to can easily be taken off of us. It's not always that somebody didn't put a root on you or somebody didn't did something to you. No, we're constantly picking up energy from other people, from people we work with, from people we live with, from people we talk to. We're constantly picking up energy. Our energy changes when we deal with certain people. So, yeah, every now and then you should be taking a spiritual bath to get that energy off of you. Gizmo, that's daddy. You doing way too much. You should be, you forgot something? Thank you. Because I had forgot all about it, child. Okay. Um, you should be taking a spiritual bath at least once a month to get off all of that. Just shake that energy off. Especially if you're not the type of person like me. When I leave the house, I usually put on a little bit of oil or some Florida water or something. There are days when I will cover my head, I will cover my third eye. I always have on some type of crystal. Is crystals in my purse. I may have a crystal in my bra. I'm prepared. So you're not just gonna run up on me with your crazy energy because I got something that's gonna bounce that stuff back to you. But a lot of people are just walking around willy nilly, unprepared, unprotected, and all of that, negative energy is attaching itself to you, and you're not cleaning yourself off. You're not doing anything, so it's sticking to you. Yeah, I keep my. Thank you, Phyllis, for bringing it up. It's like getting baptized. What do you think the whole baptismal thing comes from? Baptismal is a spiritual cleansing. You going into the water, a sinner, and you supposed to come up a saint. Now that's what you're supposed to do. But what is that? It's a spiritual cleanse. You take off all your clothes, you put on all white, you get in the tub with the pastor, and he dunks you all the way in the water. The only thing that is missing at the church is the herbs. Same premise, same concept. That's the same thing your godmother or madrina or your root worker or whoever would do to you. The same exact thing. They're just using herbs in their process. Same thing. And where you think that comes from? All these religions are connected. The majority of religions all share a lot of the same concepts. We just have to get out of believing that everything that is in an African traditional religion is bad. Everything about voodoo is dark. Stop being scared. Now, yeah, there are some people out here that will do their best to hurt you. They will. It's some people out here that that will hurt you. But some of y'all deserve to be hurt. Y'all do. Y'all be out here doing some dirt. Like how I don't understand how people talk about me and call me a witch, and you got a woman on here posting a picture of another woman's mother in her casket. That's a witch. Susie is a witch. She got to be a witch to do something like that. You have no heart. You don't have a heart to do something like that. So don't say nothing about what I'm doing. You better not never come over here and say nothing about what I'm doing if you okay with a woman posting a picture of another woman's mother in her casket. Thank you, Essie. Essie said I got 3 minutes. Do y'all have any questions? Oh, I made this. I made this necklace a while ago. It's amethyst. And I think this is just a real light colored citrine, I think. I can't see it. Do y'all have any questions? I'll do one card reading. Just one. Before I go, since I promised y'all, I will do one. Let me see. Give me like 5 more minutes. Oh yeah, that is citrine. That's citrine in amethyst. Yeah, I made this a few years ago. I'm not sure. And I bought this Ouija necklace from Hot Topic. Hot Topic be having some cute little occult stuff. This kind of cutesy. It's not expensive. I just like it. I like going in there looking at their occult. Okay, who wanted a card? I'm only gonna do one. Unless y'all want me to just pick one for a person. Essie said, get to the reading. Shut up. Okay, Essie, God, dog. Essie, man. Like, if you don't get to that reading and shut up. Essie said, you got 5 minutes. You better pull that card and shut your mouth. Okay, Venus Mother. I'm only doing one. She said, I'm trying to keep you on task with your talking self. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, she got the Abracadabra Witch. Okay, so the Abracadabra Witch has a crow, a spider, a bunny, cat. Now, the Abracadabra Witch is a witch that basically uses everything that she has in her power. It's saying she has power, but she needs to use it. Okay? So you have power, you got the magic, you just got to use it. And something is saying that you're not using it. You don't think that your magic is good enough yet for you to use. And what's interesting is she has a lot of tools in her hand. So you have a lot of things, you need to use them. And stop thinking that your magic is not any good. My magic ain't no better than yours. The only difference is I have faith in mine. You have to have faith in yours. And it's showing that you have everything at your disposal. Everything that you need. She got a bird here to send messages to her ancestors, to the Orishas. Birds are always a good symbol. They will go off and send a message and come back to you with an answer. She got a cat. Cats are always known as a spirit animal. Cats will always come to you when you need one. They are really good spirit animals. She got a spider. You can always tie somebody up in your web. If you got a man and he's not doing what you think he's going to do, trap him. Put him in your web and pull him closer to you. Use the resources that you have. I'm a good speaker. I like to talk. I use those resources. I'm not a really active person. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been good at sports or anything like that. But I'm a good talker. So I use the things that I'm good at. I home in on the things that I'm good at, and I work those things. And I look around for my resources. That's why I always tell you, you don't have to go out and buy really expensive resources. Use what you have. It was telling you right there. She said, I don't know how to use my gifts. It's telling you it's time for you to start working on them. You have them. Work on them. Figure it out. Do you think I knew how to use mine when I first started? No. But I took a step towards wanting to figure it out. And then the Orishas and my ancestors started showing me more things. So figure out what you like to do and do it. Do some research. This is not the type of thing that's just going to fall in your lap and people give you all the answers. They can't. This is something that you got to find out for yourself. You got to work this out. You have to do your own research. Do your own research and figure out what your gifts are. That's interesting, huh? This is your card. If you email me, I will send you a picture of it to remind you what you should be doing. Email me and I'll send you a picture of that. Just to keep that in your mind. Maybe you should take that and put it on your altar to remind you that you have something, you have a goal to work towards. Okay? And it's already telling you that everything is there. Your resources are there. You just have to work on it. Yeah, meditate on it. Put it on your altar so you see it every day and you think about it. And start telling yourself, I have what I need. I have everything I need. I just need to work on it. I'm not living in lack. I'm living with everything that I need right now. Okay? So that's it, y'all. She must have needed it today. Maybe tomorrow I will do another one because a lot of people have been asking for the card reading. So maybe tomorrow I'll do another one. And maybe we'll start with the card readings tomorrow. And we'll do more of those than, I'll balance it out some kind of way. But I do want to keep it around this time. So if anybody else needs me, you can send me an email And I will get back with you eventually. Do y'all be watching them ASMR channels where people just be like, that don't do nothing for me. Sometimes I be looking at them and I be like, how do people watch this for hours when people just be like, I can't do it. You do, fellas? Okay, I'm finna go, y'all, because we'll get off on another tangent, okay? So, all right, you guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. I love you so much. I appreciate you showing up here every day and keeping me company, and I love to keep y'all company. So, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I love you.